At this year's Living Forum conference, you've just presented your firm's latest project, which was the transformation of a slaughterhouse in Ostrava into a contemporary art gallery called PLATO. What was the biggest challenge that you ran into executing this project?
As I can speak for myself, not for the whole team, I think the biggest challenge for the PLATO Contemporary Art Gallery was making art more democratic for whole people. So cooperating with the city, with the investors, and to make art going a little bit more to the outside.
So more accessible to the public is what you mean by saying more democratic?
Yes, we wanted to make it possible for just passers-by to have a look inside the gallery and maybe get a little bit more interested into an art.
The original design of the gallery was concrete, but then you decided later to change it for ecological purposes. In which other ways can architecture be more sustainable?
Yes, so the pavement was first of all concrete, but then we decided to make it water permeable just to make sure it's more ecological because nowadays that's the biggest issue to make all the architectures more green, and I think the architecture can be more sustainable due to many different actions. It's very important to cooperate with other people, with the gardeners, and to make sure you're listening to them, to their advice, and you're open-minded.
Your architecture studio's designs are often very minimal. How do you balance pragmatism and aesthetics in your designs?
It's all about cooperating with the investors, with the clients. So we want to make sure that the project is specially designed for the place, for the people, and make sure that it's very characteristic, but also simple, and it's answering for all the questions the investors ask us to, because that's the main important part of the project, to cooperate with clients.
Definitely. We could also call the buildings that your studio produces futuristic, or at least that's what I thought when I looked at your guys' website. I was like, wow, this is very like sci-fi almost looking. Do you get inspired from futurism and innovation, or is that just my kind of thought that I just had?
I think we are looking for simple solutions, but we always want to make sure that there are some maybe extraordinary elements, the moving architecture, to make architecture expand a little bit more. We are getting inspired by just the normal life and how the people are living nowadays.
Your studio is Polish, and most of your works are in Eastern Europe. Would you say that the Eastern European diaspora has its own aesthetic, or not really?
Definitely, every country, every region has its own aesthetics. It has its own history, culture. It all depends how the history of the country was going, especially because of the wars, etc. Yeah, I think that maybe in Eastern Europe has its own, let's say, style. But it's very important to stay open-minded for the solutions, not just looking in your own country, but get inspired from the others.
And my last question is, your studio has been nominated 14 different times for the very prestigious Miles van der Rohe Award. What would you say is the key to such success for you?
I'm just representing Robert Konieczny because it's mainly his ideas. But what I think from my experience is that Robert is very dedicated to his work, and the way he is cooperating with us, his whole team, it's making the project so nice because we are getting really involved into the thinking process. We are talking with each other at all, discussing all the projects, and sometimes changing everything just for the last moment because that's the good idea. So what is important is the good concept, because we are the conceptual studio.
Well, thank you so much for this interview.